weird. Hey, Gary, can you hear me now? I don't know. It should have worked. It worked last time. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, Gary. Thumbs up. Hey, what's up? Gary, where are you at, bro? Or don't say if you can't. Okay, I know you still out there find a good fight. I'm making my way home. It's hot. We in Hawaii right now. Been enjoying the last couple of days here. Not really doing much except work. Fucking yeah, just been working, refueling, working, and watching other people work. That's about it. Be a few more. Oh, that's dope. That's dope in the PI. Hey, you down there? Josh Santos is down there too, man. You should run into him. Say what's up. I'm gonna go hit a workout because my chubby ass ate too much tonight. Can't say no good to some trashy Domino's pizza. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, damn, what time is it? Like Gary, it's got to be like midday yesterday, Thursday afternoon or something. Yeah. Oh, I got one of the first classes over here. He's always one that works in admin. I've been getting after him a lot. He has a real good shot at Chief. Oh, okay. You see Josh? Oh, that's awesome. And I've been telling him every day he should be getting smarter, getting stronger. And I keep asking him different questions, and he ain't got no smarter over the last month. 13. Yeah, it's mid-afternoon, man. You having a good old time over there, Gary. And today, though, I don't think he got any smarter, but he's in the gym right now. He's getting stronger, and that's what I like to see. That kid's getting after it. Kid, he's a man. But that dude's getting after it. That's awesome. Yep, just back in Hawaii. Those that have been around know, like, this is... it's not my first duty station, but I kind of consider it like almost a first. This is my first time on a warship, right? This is where I was on the Russell. This is where I met Nikki. You know, as my son Michael's been saying lately, that she's my true love. He's like in this little like crush phase with the girlies and stuff, and like starting to know like, yeah, and girls could be pretty and cute, and like, oh, he might like them, and it's so funny when he talks to him about it. It's great. But he was like, is that? I was showing him just pictures of it. I was like, yeah, this is where I met your mom. And he was like, is that where you met your true love? The way he talks is so fucking great. I love it. Ready to get home to them, right? I posted, y'all saw the first video in the vlog series. I got more. I'm probably not. I'm just post that one to give you wet your beak a little bit. Give you a little appetite of what's to come. I'm going to keep doing them. Did fall off the last couple of days in port just because it's been so much, so I'll probably make a couple. I'll catch up where there still will be 30, right? There's a couple of them are going to be about different topics on that I'll just do on the same day. So full disclosure, I did fall off. Like the first day in port, it was just turn 2, and then it's the first day in port. Had Liberty, so got out there, went out, had some dinner. I had dinner just at the food court, some yummy Korean barbecue. It wasn't great, but it kind of hits. Sometimes that yummy Korean barbecue, sometimes that food from the food court just satisfies the soul a little bit, Excuse me. But what does this guy get? It's always interesting watching the sailors. Me and Nick always make the fun of the jokes of like the sailors with their packs. That's how they're in port. Because me too, right? I was, not here. But on all the other ports, got my backpack ready because you're trying to stuff shit in there and buy souvenirs and everything else. And that backpack hurt my fucking back, though. Even if it's just a little full, that shit like, lower back be hurting like an old man. But that's cool. So did that, then went out, had a few drinks, and brought it back home to the ship. Hair is a mess, right? Like I said, I'm gonna go for a brisk walk here this evening, pretty soon, on the treadmill there. Maybe pump a little iron, keeping it casual. Hey, just ready to get home, just ready to get home. Been talking about some different things on the daily vlog series. Something I want to talk about, but I don't want to maybe say right now in this atmosphere. Or give it some time. I'm taking notes. I'm writing them down. I'm gonna come back to it, circle back around to those. About just shit that's been going on board and happening, and things I've been learning. Sometimes you learn it about yourself. Let me go. No, that way. Down. Just trying to square it up a little bit. Sometimes you learn things about yourself. Sometimes you relearn things about others. And it's quite the learning experience. Every day. Uh, God damn it, you learn that. Well, I learned that I know that I'm motherfucking ready. Couldn't be more ready. Actually, I could financially, educationally, could be more ready to retire. So I'm not ready there in that aspect yet, but working towards that. Uh, what else? Man, Pearl Harbor. So I hyped Pearl Harbor up a bunch, right? The sign out there says it. Best home port in the fleet. I 100% guarantee it. If you've ever been stationed here, let me know why you agree. And if you disagree, then I don't really want to hear it, but you could let me know anyways, right? Comment down below. It's always good for me. All right. So was stationed here 08 to 2011 on board DDG-59 USS Russell, also known as Russell the Love Muscle. All right. Great ship, great crew. I think it might have even been better shortly before I got there. There's a lot of guys that I keep in touch with some, but a lot of the crew that was there just before I got there that had just turned over. I mean, they speak even more highly of it, of the COs that they had. They had some of the best COs that are admirals now, in key positions, like looking for multiple stars. The guys that I had there, I think one went on to be a captain. I don't know if he's still around. The other ones, I don't know where. They're probably fucking retired, living in the fucking mountains somewhere or whatever. But it's not always the captain; it's the crew. And again, like, had a great crew while I was there. It wasn't my crew, but just it was crazy. Little known fact that I don't know if I've shared it out here. It was one of the last all male ships, enlisted all male ships that I knew about. Right, I didn't think there was very many others. There were some female officers on board, and then when it moved to San Diego is when it actually did the whole they did crew swap some other ships, this and that, and it finally became integrated, right? So that's an interesting fact, right? And growing up on that with all dudes, it's just a different time in the society, different time in the Navy, and different kind of ship. A lot of what we would call inappropriate dick jokes going on, and back then though, it was just what it was. Not for good or for bad, just for difference. But man, some good homies still out there. A lot of them are successful. A lot of them have gone on and done big things here in the Navy. A few have gotten out, and I see them loosely on Facebook and everything. But they seem happy, and that's awesome. Voice been yelling a lot. We came in on a sea and anchor. 24 hours later, we flipped the ship because we didn't come in on the wrong side, but we couldn't fuel on the side that we came in, so we had to flip it. Then later in the day, we had to get it. So that's a sea and anchor. There's a 1, flip, 2, underway again, 3, and then back into where we finally parked for the last 24 hours. So a lot of screaming at line handlers and shit like that. Typical stuff. It's fun. Long days though. Oh man. Oh, let's back up. So I was saying so we got a junior enlisted association. Every ship has to have an association for fucking everything. I blame the chiefs first because we have a CPOA, and it seems that the only thing we do with CPOA is the only thing that wants to be emulated or copied of all the other associations, right? The other associations or groups of different ranks don't ever want to talk about work and what the fuck needs to get done and how they can work together to achieve a better mission. But what they do want to do is, which is something we've never done. I'm thinking. So we've had people, we've had some, for a chief outing where maybe 2 or 3 chiefs got out of duty section for 4 hours, which is what happened today, except instead of it being 2 or 3 chiefs from a duty section, it was 6 junior sailors from my duty section. They all got stand-ins for them and everything. And then they all went over to the Arizona in their whites, right? So they could get in for the free standby line or however they worked it. Excuse me. Oh, tired, been a long day. And they got to go see the Arizona Memorial, which I'm a huge fan of, right? I talk a lot about it. I talk highly of it. I tell sailors all the time, if there's any one place they should go during their Navy career, Pearl Harbor is a great place to be stationed, great place to visit. But if you're visiting Hawaii at any time, Oahu specifically, you should make your way over to Arizona, kind of pay your respects, honor those that that gave their lives that day. And really, that was one of those ones where it's like, gave their lives that day really in defense of freedom, right? Freedom for our own country, right? And not that we weren't already free, right? We were, but World War II was something else, right? It was a lot different. It was completely different than what followed with Korea, with Vietnam, Cold War, which Cold War is the Cold War, right? And Gulf War and so on, War on Terror, global, second Gulf War, if you want to call it that, whatever, the Enduring Freedom, Iraqi Freedom, that shit, right? Not that those wars didn't need to be fought, maybe. I guess a lot of people, they say a lot of different things about those, depending on what side and who fought and how close you were to people, and if you lost people or not. But World War II, I think, was completely different, right? One of the last times that we had huge naval battles, right? I don't remember like Korea or Vietnam really. There's some stuff that happened, don't get me wrong. My history, I don't know everything about history, but y'all know what World War II was, right? We all know what it was. And so I'm always talking about Pearl Harbor, always talking about the Arizona, BB-39, right? And then so my LS2 got to go, and I was talking to him a little bit afterwards. Sorry. Talking to him a little bit afterwards, right? But like, how did he feel? Like when he stepped on to the memorial, like how did he feel? And then I talked to some other sailors over dinner about it, and they're like, yo, it was heavy, right? Like you could feel as soon as they stepped off the boat and they walked in, like you could just feel like literally like the weight of the gravity of the situation, right? That happened there. And they're like, it was crazy. That's all they could say, really. It was crazy. Like, you could feel it. And that's very interesting because it's like, if you've never been there, you might not know. One other sailor, young guy, 19 years old, just joined, right, fresh in. He was saying he visited Freedom Plaza at the 9/11 Memorial, right? I believe it's Freedom Plaza, Freedom Tower. I think it's called Freedom Plaza there. But the September 11th Memorial in New York City. And he said he got that same thing. What's interesting was he said he felt the 9/11 Memorial. He felt it a little bit like deeper, just because he said maybe because it was so recent, right? And like you could watch World War II, but you will see even Pearl Harbor video. But like you could go on YouTube right now and you can see the planes crashing into trade centers, right? It's crazy. And he's younger generation, so a lot more separation between him and World War II. He's much closer. He's 19, right? So you're talking about 22 years ago. Like, he was born after 9/11, right? This was like probably taught in history books as recent history to him. And he said, so like 9/11 Memorial, like kind of was a little deeper. Like he felt that. It was the same feeling, but it was like, oh my God, like this was just, recent. So he didn't feel that when he was at Arizona, but he was like, he did feel like a connection to it. He's like, what he did say was like, he said, his quote was like, I don't know if I would have felt the same going to Arizona if I wasn't in the Navy, right? So it's that Navy connection to it where he was like, as I looked through the names and everything, he was like, they're all like his age. They're just fucking shipmates his age, sailors his age. And that is what kind of put it into the perspective for him of like, fuck, like that was what he felt connected to, right? Whereas 9/11, what he was saying is like, I don't know, he thought about more families, more mom and dads maybe. Whereas I think the Arizona thing, he just kind of thought was like, well, no, they're just sailors like him, right? Just young, probably single guys, 19, 18. A lot of them married probably too, though, because it's a different time, married a lot younger. So, yeah, like I had intrusive thoughts I didn't want to say. So, yeah, just it was some cool shit, listening to the junior sailors. I was just, we're eating some pizza, breaking bread with them. And, just him saying that, and then some of the other ones were just like, some of the other ones weren't as talkative about it, but you could see they felt it, and I think that's special. you know, that they could still feel that they can see that connection, right? Of that they are them of 80 years ago now, right? Yeah, 80 years ago. Like I keep saying, like I'm sorry, but like these junior sailors now are still those same junior sailors then, right? Like it's you see it, you see the connection of like fuck. Now I'm saying it on purpose, and I hear it even more. They see the connection of those sailors waking up and doing their daily routine of like, yep, let me do the laundry. Yep, let me do this. Yeah, I need it's colors, it's color detail. Oh, I'm just trying to hang around on a Sunday and holiday routine, and that's what was happening. It was a Sunday, right? And then they see it, and they go, these fucking guys. They see it as like, shit. That was like that's them today. They're doing the same things, you know, and even here now, right? It's one of those things like they don't see it when they're other places. There's a disconnection. They just think, oh, I'm just working. They're just working and stuff, right? But I think when they went over their day, it was a bit more than that, and they finally there's some connection there, and that's cool, you know. Do I think that's like a what do you call it, like a point that will make them stay Navy forever? No, I don't think so. Not like I'm not gonna say going to Arizona for me was that, but I always had such a reverence for the Arizona and for the story and for World War II and that history that it was always a sticking point for me. And again, as you get further away, it becomes more disconnected, and they look for something else. And for something else, maybe it's that 9/11 memorial for that young man, right? Maybe it's that is what he's looking at, that connection that drove him to serve. And that's why he's here in service, right? And this, like I said, there was a connection for him. I think that's super cool, but it might not be there for everyone. It might not be there for long, right? Unless you join the Navy and then you get to Pearl Harbor and you go there and you can find that connection yourself, or someone can help you find it, right? Which, you know, is what we're here for, right? Chiefs, keepers of tradition and history for the Navy. Keepers of it. It's like we got secret books where it's all written down. No, we don't. But like if we don't have those conversations with the junior sailor, right? If we junior officer, whoever, we don't, and promote them going there, then yeah, we'll be lost, right? It was a good chunk of people. It was a good chunk of sailors out there today in their whites going over there. It was funny, you know, my LS2 was saying there, like a lot of people were saying thank you for service. So a lot of them were responding, well, thank you for your support. Which is funny because I've never said that. And he's like, he asked me, what the fuck do you say? I was like, usually I'm just like, oh yeah, no problem, anytime. You know, they pay me pretty good, and it shows up on the 1st and 15th. So, you know, I keep doing it because I'm very just like, it's an awkward thing to be like, oh, thank you for your service. I feel awkward. Like, I don't need to be thanked, right? It was what they call that, a thankless job, I think applies here, maybe. I don't know. But like, I don't need to thank you. Right? I'm not saying anyone or they did, but it's just one of those things. Like, I make it funny, I make it jokeable because I want it to, I want it just to be like, just a brief moment. I don't want it to get serious. I don't want it to blow up to be anything more. I want it just to be a quick interaction so I could move along my way. I don't want them stopping me and asking me what I do and how long I've been in. And that's not because I'm rude. I want it to be quick because I don't want to be rude, right? Like, I might not have all day to sit there and start sharing all this stuff. Plus, I'm a motherfucker that likes to talk. You get me going, I might fucking stay there and do that. And, you know, I might pop the camera out and fucking put it up on here explaining to some stranger about my life story in the Navy, right? So, you know, things like that to consider. Other than that, like I said, I think a lot of sailors enjoyed that today. You know, shout out to the chiefs that took them over there, to the Arizona Memorial. You know, rest in peace. You know, for all our shipmates that were lost that day, for the Arizona, Nevada, the California, the ones that are lost on the Missouri during battles and service time, right? And just everything that's here in Pearl Harbor, at Hickam, at Wheeler, at all the air bases that are around Kaneohe, like all of our service members that have, you know, through all of time. You know, it's big footsteps that we try to step in and walk in, especially from those World War II days, right? When will a generation ever be called the greatest generation ever? Maybe never, right? But those that stepped up at that time, they definitely were. and I'll always respect it and honor it. And I wish I could have got over there, right? Time really didn't allow for it. Wish I could have, but on like I said, on duty today. So it is what it is. On that, I'm gonna get back to downloading some videos. We've got a couple more weeks until we're home, almost there. I'll keep up with the daily vlogs. Let me know how they come along. So I'll post them once I get home and I get Wi-Fi, because I can't get shit else downloaded or uploaded while I'm here on this 5G and not busting in Hawaii right now. I don't know, maybe it's, I got service, like the ship is open. I got service, but it's just not that great. Other than that, hey, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, these videos are only of mine, not a DON, DOD, or any fucking other one. It's just me talking here on the mic, right? So don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on comment, or leave a comment down below. Let me know if you've been to Pearl Harbor. Let me know if you have been to the Arizona Memorial. How did you feel walking into there, right? And turn on the bells for notification, all that shit. Hit me up. Leave a comment below, man. Like to talk to you guys. Like to get back with you. And we're almost there. We're almost done with this one. And then take some leave into the building, into the yards, and that'll be it. And then on to Tejas. And we out. Oh, how do I turn it off? Oh, there it is. I pushed the wrong button.